Morning, everyone. It's Penelope. And today I'm going to talk about something that is very, very emotional, very, very much a part of my life, and that's helping others. And today I titled this Hunger in Our Communities, and it is widespread. Okay. Our newest administration has decided to cut programs such as Meals on Wheels. They wanted to cut it completely. Instead, they decided, okay, well, we'll keep it for a while and let the seniors just have one meal a day delivered to them. Really? So the government cut this program, and they're wanting to cut it completely out. Now, let me tell you what this program is about. It used to provide seniors in our communities 2 meals a day. Okay? A balanced meal, not only a meal, but it allotted someone to come in and visit with them for a few minutes on their delivery. So that way that person could get some feedback. You know, is this person lacking in hygiene? Maybe they need some care. Maybe the food in their refrigerator was spoiled. Maybe their house was a wreck. Maybe they had no electricity going on. Maybe they noticed something that just was not quite right with that senior. They could report it back and someone could step in. Adult protective services could have stepped in, and they are very much in tune with that program. Now, our adult protective service agent, she is absolutely fantastic. I have worked with her several times in removing people from dangerous households and getting them into nursing homes immediately. I have worked with her on this when I was the social service director at a nursing home. So I have worked with Sandy, and she is fantastic. But anywho, that is one program that our administration decided to cut. So our seniors are now only getting one meal on Wheels. Now, some people in local communities have decided to take it upon themselves to provide an extra meal. And the way they're doing that is they are, with that one meal delivery, they're packing up easy foods for another meal, or maybe snacks. And they're taking it upon themselves to do the donating for that. They're going to the local community and the churches and saying, okay, we need such and such and such. We have so many elders on this, or seniors on this this Meal on Wheel program. Do you think that you can help us get together some gift bags or packs so that way we can make sure that there is food in those homes that they can easily prepare, something that they can just open up, eat, or just simply heat up, maybe teach them how to use a microwave. I don't know. But our administration really sucks, especially when it comes to those that are in need. Now, our food pantries are governed by our State Board of Health. I'm in Indiana. I don't know if other states are like that, but the State Board of Health, being governed by our administration, has decided to cut what they're giving families or allotting them in the food pantries. And I noticed this one day when I went in to do special list requests. I will go into the food pantry and sit, and when the people come up to get their cards to go through the line, I will say, is there anything special? Are you on a special diet? Is there anything that you really, really need? And this is what I do. And there was a fella, and he needed Fix-A-Dent. Okay. So I put it on my list, and I went to CVS, and I did a bunch of deals, and I got him like six things of Fix-A-Dent, and I delivered it to him. I had a woman who said, my son has food allergies, and he's autistic, and he really needs gluten-free food. I went to Kroger and I did every deal I could possibly think of to get him some gluten-free food for her to put in the cabinet, so that way she would have an alternative than to try to feed him on food that was going to cause issues with him. Low salt products, no sugar products for the diabetics. That's what I was looking for, and that's what I did. I fulfilled them. I have since stepped away back from that because I have decided to hit my community a little closer to home and focus a little closer on one family at a time. So diapers are a big thing, paper towels, toilet paper. But if you go to your food pantry and you need to feed your family, you get a choice of a very minimal amount of products. And, you know, sometimes maybe a mother has left an abusive home. She is still in the process of trying to get a job. She's not on any kind of benefit program at this point in time. And she goes in there and she's not getting enough to feed or care for her family. Personal care items, toothpaste, shampoo, I don't know, feminine pads. You get a choice of one or two depending on how many are in your family. Now, a family of two, you get a choice of one. Say a mother and her child go in, and their limit is you can get one personal item, one paper product. You get 3 meat proteins. I think it's 4 cans of vegetables, 3 cans of fruit, 2 cans of beans. You can have rice or potatoes. You can have oatmeal or a box of cereal. What else is there? A bread. A lot of times they will give a lot of bread because stores will put the bread out there. But the stores, the retailers have cut their donations. They've cut their donations because retailers are getting more kickback from claiming expired food products rather than what they were getting back as tax donations or, you know, taxable donations. So a lot of retailers have cut back on what they're donating. So the food pantries, the cupboards, they're looking pretty slim. And this is why it is so important for me to make sure that my community is helped as much as it can be. Our administration is cutting these programs and fundings, and it's absolutely sickening. When you stand and sit there with these people at the food pantry, you can see these mothers, and some of them are just getting into a situation where they need some help, and they're looking at what they're offered, and it's not that much. It's not that much at all. Now, in our county, we have another food bank, and you can go every other week, but they keep track of what you got the week before. And this one seems to have more fresh fruits and vegetables. But if you're not in that district, you're screwed. You're going to have to go to the one where you get no fresh fruits or vegetables unless they are donated. This is why I grow a lot of extra garden every year. I will take up fresh tomatoes because you can just see the look on their faces. Oh my God, a homegrown tomato is gold. It's golden. You know, I didn't can a whole lot last year because I was donating so many to the food pantry. It was more important to me to do that than to have cans of salsa and tomatoes in my stockpile, my canning. What else is going on? Churches are doing less to help their communities, and it's not because they don't want to. It is because, number one, their congregation is having problems. I mean, their families they're not able to give as much. And it's just not feasible for them to go and purchase stuff. And the donating has become very slim. And I think that is horrible. I think it's just horrible. I can't imagine not donating to a cause or to a family. I can't imagine it. But when you get a limit of meats or proteins, you know, because that's what you base your meals around. You always base your meals around your proteins. And when you get a limited amount of protein, it's hard to feed your family. Our Chamber of Commerce right now is trying to find me a family. And I did have some criteria for that. It would have to be, I can't deal with an alcoholic or a drug addicted individual because, number one, I think that if I'm going to work with a family, it has to be more for the family and not for that person who has the issues. You know, so right now I am waiting for that call that they have found me a person. Let's see here. coat drives. We've done coat drives. I used to get vouchers to go to Goodwill in the thrift shop for the pantries and go through the coats and look for them, bring them back here, wash them. Clothes drives, people will donate me clothes. They will bring them here. I will wash them, repair them, mend them, make them look as good as I can. Something else I work on is interviewable clothes. And what that is when with these mothers or fathers who are in these situations, they can sign my piece of paper and I will try to set them up with clothing that will be appropriate for them to go on job interviews. Makeup, hair care products, things to make people look a little better. Um, it's very rough out there, and it's sad. And it's not only here in America. I mean, I've been watching some stuff about, England. It's amazing how many people are really struggling. And some people say, well, they don't need, they're just living off the system. Some people have no choice. And I think we forget that, we could be put in a situation immediately. A lot of people are one check away from the welfare line. One check. You're living high off the hog each week to week. But if something happens, you're screwed. And that's what happened to me and what really opened my eyes. Because I had been donating and working with food pantries and things for years, working with the elderly. And when I got injured last summer, that's when I became a prepper. And I think I've discussed that here before. Any little bit of money I had to go to my cats and my dog, because I would go to the food pantry. Well, they didn't have dog food, or cat litter, or they didn't provide my car with gas. So any kind of money I had to go to that, and I was living off the food pantry for a while. Then I started couponing a little harder and started living a little more frugal and started realizing, hey, I need to follow these sales and coupons. Something else that I also do, which I absolutely love to do, is I have a list, and it's called a birthday list. And what I will do is I will contact a family member and say, okay, so how old are they? Are they a boy or a girl? And I will give them a cake mix, a couple of frostings, and, kind of say, okay, what does the kid need? Or what does he want or desire? And, maybe it's just simply a pair of shoes, or a jacket, or a pair of pants, and maybe a toy, something that I can afford. Or I have gotten through sales, penny shopping. Sometimes simply penny shopping and getting some clothes stocked up will help a family with babies. Especially last Thanksgiving, when the Dollar General went yellow, white dot, pennied, I cleared stores, and all of those clothes were donated. I do have some of the baby clothes left, because every time someone has a baby in the food pantry, when I go in and I see someone pregnant, I'll say, hey, do you know if it's a boy or girl? And I'll bring them a little outfit, and a pack of diapers. That's what I do. I think you would be surprised how much you feel when you donate. And donating, in my opinion, is an obligation, as someone who maybe has more than I need, whether it be just detergent or toothpaste. I do feel obligated, because I can't imagine a child going to school without their teeth brushed. Or, a woman trying to get an interview and she doesn't have some mascara or some lipstick to make her look better and presentable for her interview. Yes, I do feel obligated to donate. I have for a very long time. And I have worked in the senior system for many years. And to watch these seniors come into a nursing home where they had starved at home, and when they go into a nursing facility and they start eating and eating and eating and hiding their food in their drawers or under their bed, you're going, what's going on? And then you have to think, oh, wait a minute, they were probably starving at home. And now we're going to see a lot more of that, since our new administration has decided to cut more programs. So with that being said, Food pantries, government ran. I just, it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch people try to live on what they're getting from a food pantry for a month when they're in transition. And transition is very hard. Thank you. You have a great day.